back to our virtual tour series. We're here at number 8 on Kelly North with Whitehouse Fire. And today you might notice there's some differences around me here. We're not standing at Whitehouse Fire. We're actually out at the 180th Air Guard Fire Department. So we flip the camera around here, and we've got some of their firefighters. Take a look. And we've got a couple of them hiding around the corner, but that's okay. And we're going to take a look through some of their trucks and actually have a guided tour with them. So let's start off here.
Alright, hi guys, I'm Master Sergeant Justin Askins and welcome to the 180th Fire Department. Today we're just going to kind of talk about some of the crash trucks. Lieutenant Norris has informed us that our shift is lucky enough to host you guys a few times. So, with further ado, I give you our largest truck we have over here. This is A81W X-Ray. So it's got 1,500 gallons of water, it's got some foam, and it's got some dry chem. So this truck is primarily for the airfield. It doesn't leave the airfield unless the plane happens to crash outside of the airfield like it did a few months ago. So that's something we hope to avoid. Yep,
and I think we're back in a couple weeks and we'll take a detailed look at this one for sure. What's this little guy here?
This little guy is RIV Yankee. It is a RIV, a Rapid Intervention Vehicle. So this truck has about a third of the water as our larger truck over here, R51 X-Ray, but it's got a more scientific application of that water. So it operates at a high pressure system, which is supposed to expand the water particles and absorb the fire a little bit better. Not so much better as the other truck, but it's just a different concept. Okay. It's absorption through expansion of the water, kind of like a power washer. So if you're familiar with power washer, that's what it's going to look like coming out of the front bumper.
Oh, you guys have like a bumper line?
We do.
Winch
so
and everything. That's kind of cool.
It's pretty convenient if you look inside of the cab. Kind of operates like a video game. So if you notice this joystick over here, we can move the front turret pretty easily.
Come over your shoulder and take a look.
It just so happens that a lot of our younger personnel may be able to operate that a little bit better than our older personnel, maybe because we play a lot of video games. But that's another argument for another day.
Okay. We'll take a detailed look. We actually have another one of these over here in the bay set up ready for us to take a tour of. And have some other things through their bays. This is their fire department. So we moved a couple of the trucks outside so that we could have some more room in here. This is their other RIV unit. Which one's this one?
This is ARF81 Whiskey. So the difference between the two are different manufacturers, but also different assignments. We use this truck for our command vehicle. We used to use a SUV for our normal command vehicle, but why not bring a truck with water on it if we're going to go out and respond to any kind of emergency? This gives us additional resources on the scene and kind of gives just a better option for the command vehicle.
Okay, so let's start up front then. Let's see what's in the driver's seat here. This will be pretty much just like the other one, right?
Yep.
Okay, there's that joystick again.
Just a different manufacturer from Yankee. And then we have a few things that we bring to the fight. So we've got our medical supplies, we've got our air, we've also got an AED that we bring. And on the other side we have a thermal imager.
Okay. You even have the air pack integrated right in that front seat, don't you? Just like our fire truck seats in the back, they've got theirs up front.
And then we've got the MDT up there as well, so if we have a in-flight emergency, the incident commander riding in the truck can log into the MDT and get information updated as we go.
Okay. That looks just like the same MDT that's at Whitehouse Fire. Is that like the same system?
It should be. I believe it's all Lucas County.
Yep. So when they come to off the base, they can actually use that MDT to help them get where they're going and see the same information that we see. When you call 911, that information goes down to Lucas County and then goes out to the appropriate department. So if Air Guard comes out, they would see the same information your local fire department would, like Whitehouse. Okay. What else? Let's go back here. Whoa. Look at this. Looks like the inside of a fire truck.
So this is our control panel for the truck.
Okay.
We can fluctuate between foam and water, and we can control the pressures and how we're going out. And then we can also, we know which level all of our tanks are at between the foam and the water.
So this here says you guys have water, and then you have foam A and foam B. What's the difference between foam A and foam B?
Well, for foam A and foam B, foam A we have
Wood, paper, things like that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a house fire maybe?
Yeah, primarily that's what foam A would be used for. Then foam B would be for fuel spills, fuel fire.
Fuel fire and stuff like that. So the way you remember, the way I was always taught, foam A is anything that produces ash. So like a Class A extinguisher would be anything like paper, wood, things like that. Foam B, you put B foam or B extinguisher on anything that boils, so that's liquid stuff like gas primarily, things along those nature. If that's on fire, you use foam B. And then of course water, just like on our trucks. This exact same gauge is on one of our fire trucks. Back at Whitehouse, we've got a foam logic system on one of our engines. And then kind of the same valves that we see at Whitehouse. Theirs is just on an internal panel, and it's kept safe inside by a roll down door. And all this stuff, we kind of see at Whitehouse, but it's all behind panels. So ours is kind of hidden a little bit more. So it looks like a discharge line, a couple more foam lines, things like that. And then this is where the boss kind of sits, runs the pump. And then just like Whitehouse, guys, you see spanner wrench and a hydro wrench. Okay. Let's
So
go
we
on.
also have a hand line on each side.
Okay. Nice little flip up door. And there's their hand line. So their hand line's on a reel. It's a rubber hose. It's a little bit different than Whitehouse's hand lines. Ours are cloth hose. And they can just pull it right off and everything's on that reel right there for them. And then when they need to rewind it back, there's the hose reel rewind. Okay? Back here.
We've got another air pack, and we've got all the gear for the firefighter on duty.
Okay.
So that happens to be Chief Siebenauer right now.
Chief Siebenauer's on duty, so he'll be on this truck. And he'll go out, and there you can see his white helmet. Go ahead.
Smoke alarms.
Go ahead. So I'll go through the rest of the truck over here, take a few minutes, and they're actually going to go out to the fire. So we'll get to listen to them go. Let's do this. I'll walk out here and we can see them drive off. So just like a normal fire department, 180th out here. They're guarding the entire airport and the military base out here, and then they take care of all that. So I'll kind of sneak out here a little bit. You can see here the firefighters are putting on their gear. I can hear the fire alarm go off in the back. And here comes that RIV unit. Chief Siebenauer's gotten in that. tour's going to go a little different now than what it used to. I want to take a look here at Lieutenant Snyder's gear. Lieutenant Snyder is actually a firefighter at Whitehouse. And here's his gear. And when you look at these guys, they have gear just like we do. Their gear consists of their helmet, just like ours. And they have 2 sets of structural fire gear that they can wear. You notice they have their safety vest on, just like we do. And then we come down to their boots and their pants, everything just like we do. And they have their stuff all in their lockers through here. So I'm going to have to kind of ad-lib a little bit while we figure out what all's in the station. So walk around here. Here's this other ARF unit that we were looking at. Like we were told, this one's pretty much just like the other one. So we have their hand line here. Lift this up. Even though it's made by a different manufacturer, the Air Force has everything pretty much the same. So the guys don't get confused when they go from base to base. Back here we have the equipment. We have their air pack. Air packs are very similar to what we have. They actually have a different brand than we have. They have MSA. If you look at the Whitehouse packs, you'll see that they're all Scots. Some other departments in the area have MSAs also. These are, remember, this is the air we take inside with us that helps us breathe inside of a fire. Here's some LDH, just a little short section of supply line. This is how they get the water from the fire hydrant to the engine. And here they have some adapters. You can see the Air Force does a really good job. Everything is labeled and marked, and it's on there. So they have a quick inventory, and they know exactly what's where. That looks kind of foam pickup line. So this goes into the bucket of foam, and then this here connects into the fire truck. And the fire truck can actually suck foam from a bucket into it and put it into the discharge lines. We walk around here. We'll see who makes this truck. This one's made by Pierce. The other one's made by KME. This is the A81W Yankee. Looks like they have a little ladder here. It's kind of neat. Just on the outside. And that's their ladder. Quick and easy for the guys. Now, I haven't been through here, so this is going to be kind of a surprise. I don't know what to do. Let's take a look. Okay, well, that makes sense. They got some tools. Got some little hand tools here. Got a pair of bolt cutters. Some chain. Some other tools. Look at this. They got traffic cones just like we do at Whitehouse. Do you guys remember on engine 85 we have some cones where you can pull them up and they get bigger and they light up? The guys over here at the Air Guard base bought the same cones there. And then they have an extinguisher, but that looks really, really different. What's different about that extinguisher? What color is an extinguisher normally? It's white, right, it's red. This one's yellow. I want you guys to look at it. See what it says? Combustible metals. And that's a Class D extinguisher. So remember we talked about A foam and B foam. There's A extinguishers, that's what's most likely in your house. B extinguishers. There is Class C, we haven't seen any of those yet, and then this one's a Class D. So D stands for combustible metals. So there's metal out there that will actually catch fire, and if you spray water on it, it doesn't work very well. So we use a different type of extinguisher. We use a Class D extinguisher. Shut this so it's ready to go. Let's take a look at this now. This looks just like the other compartment. I'm going to bet there's a hose line underneath here. Let's take a look. Yep, look at that. So we come in here and there's another hose line and the rewind. Like I said, it's made by a different manufacturer. You can see the nozzles back up in there. But located in the same area, same section, so the guys know what they're doing. Looks like this is just kind of their mechanical stuff. If we come over here, you can take a look. This is kind of the other side of that. I'm going in here and look, and they have that Lucas County MDT because they're in Lucas County with us, and then their joystick and all the other controls. It's a lot of controls the driver has to know on a fire truck. All those switches do something, either for lights or put the pump in motion, that kind of stuff. I want to show you something kind of neat that a lot of fire trucks have that people don't realize. So here's all the steering controls and stuff. The boss man sits here, or boss girl I should say. They've got the radio, they've got all this stuff, but look what's down here on the floor. Get in on that. Siren. That's a weird place to put a switch. That's so we can operate the siren with our feet when we're driving, or when we're in the passenger seat, the officer seat. So we can actually control the siren. When we tap that, it would change sounds or it would activate the siren. So here they have all their other stuff. We have their air pack built in, just like in the other trucks. And looks like probably a little first aid kit. And some basic stuff, some flashlights and such. So, that's their RIV units. So, flip back over here. We're happy that we come out here to the 180th today. We'll see both of their RIV units. We actually got to see them go out in response, which is kind of neat. You don't really think about out here at the military base, they have fire alarms just like everybody else does. They have their own fire department to respond to them, so that's kind of neat. They actually also, I was talking earlier, take care of all the airport right now. So they're actually first up for the airfield. If there's an emergency with a plane that's coming in, the 180th response over there. So it's all part of the airfield. So it looks like a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks here at least. We're going to come back here over the next couple weeks and take a look. They're going to show us what all they've got, some of their more capabilities. I was actually talking to the guys, they said on Tuesdays, they actually test a couple of trucks. We might come out on Tuesday and see them spray water. They actually have an aircraft simulator here where they can show us putting out some aircraft fires. It's kind of a neat little deal. So with that, our tour is going to be cut a little bit short today because the guys are out working, and obviously we can't prevent that. So we'll cut you loose, and we'll be back next week. Look for that coming up, and we're glad you guys came with us. Thanks.